Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, here at the Trinity Temple of Sacred Wisdom YouTube channel. Thank you for joining this evening. We have some fun readings planned for tonight as we get closer to Halloween. or Samhain, as many people call it, and I'm looking very forward to see what wants to come through this evening. And here at Soul Connections, we're all about reconnecting. Yes, or Day of the Dead. Or, ancestral day too. You can think of it that way. So we're here to help you reconnect with your soul, with your higher self, and realign with who you're truly meant to be. And we all have lessons to learn here on our life's journey. And sometimes those lessons are interesting or difficult, and we're here to just help bring some guidance in so that we can travel through this life school together. And we do that through meditation, a connection, and a clearing. And then we invite, our spiritual teams to come even closer, our angels, our guides, our ancestors, the star beings, our animal totems, all divine, of the highest vibration that we can connect to, and invite them to share some wisdom through the card readings. And because we're so close to this beautiful holiday, my inner child just had to play with one of the Disney decks again tonight. So we are going to be using the Hocus Pocus deck that I used last week. It's by Minerva Siegel and Tori Schaefer. It has a lot of fun, a lot of play, and that's what this all can be about. Life's journey can be full of fun and full of play, if we let ourselves have that space. So I'm so happy that you're here with us this evening. If you would like to have a card reading, all you have to do is type in yes, please into the comments, or card, please. So that way I know to pull one for you. We don't pull them automatically, just to respect your privacy and your space. But we will pull cards until we're absolutely done with the request. So don't be shy or afraid to ask for a card, because we love to help you out and help give some wisdom and guidance here. So we're about to start our meditation. So to do that, I invite you to get nice and cozy wherever you are. If you are sitting or if you're laying down, just make sure that your arms and your legs are uncrossed. We want to allow the energy to flow through our body without restriction. And so that's why we keep everything wide open that we can. And we're just going to start with a couple of nice deep breaths. And feel free to close your eyes and just reconnect with your own personal center. And with each breath, you're going to release out the tension and the stress that you had today or have been having over the last week. Any thoughts and worries, just allowing them to dissolve in this moment. Giving yourself a moment of peace and quiet and gratitude. And with each inhale, just bringing in the divine energy flow, allowing the divine light to fill you to the tops of your being. And feel that breath go all the way down to your belly, down to your toes. And really allow that energy flow to just fill in all of the places that have had any kind of difficulty this past week. And a couple more deep breaths, allowing that stress, allowing all of that to just sort of push out of your field and move out of your awareness, giving you space to actually Relax and begin to melt into the chair, the floor, the bed, whatever you are sitting on or lying on. Just feeling that connection of support and allowing that surface to hold you, allowing the earth energy from Grandmother Earth to come up and cradle you, letting your muscles just finally relax for a moment, feeling the tension as it melts out of your body down into the earth. And we're going to ask our spiritual teams and the divine to surround and protect us in a ball of infinite love and infinite light, creating a sacred space in our body and creating a space that is sacred wherever we may be. And maybe you'll experience more than one bubble as the energy builds layers of protection and safety for you, so that you can simply relax and allow the healing energy to nourish you and reconnect you with all that is. And tonight we're going to begin at our crown, feeling that open portal of connection to our soul, the way it connects to our soul star chakra above our head, plugging in our energy field to the divine source, back to where our soul was first perceived. And in that connection, allowing the divine energy to wash over our body, wash over the layers of our aura, cleansing ourselves with divine light. And allowing the divine light as it is cleansing to restore energetic balance. Checking in with our third eye chakra in the center of our forehead. And you may experience this in forms of purple in color or white or gold. You may sense pressure in your forehead, your temples. And inviting the energy to not only balance the chakra and all of our beautiful senses, but also bringing our brain into balance. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our worries, our musings. Feeling the logic and the creative brains work together in synchronicity, in wholeness and completeness, expanding our perception and connection to our spiritual teams, our angels, our guides, all divine beings of the highest, fullest, and brightest vibrations available to us in this moment. Cleansing our personal guidance system of our intuition that uses our body, our senses, our aura, our inner knowing to help guide us. And inviting the divine energy to move into your throat chakra, in the throat, in the back of the head, in the neck itself. Swirling in multiple shades of blue, vibrating out our unique vibration, the signature of our energy field of who we truly are, like our soul's signature. Releasing any energy that is blocking us from being that, expressing that, any energy of fear that might be holding us back. Cleansing and allowing that energy to melt down our body, down into the earth beneath our feet, where it is composted and turned into brand new creation energy, fully cleansed and ready to be in service to not only Grandmother Earth, but all who walk on her surface. And moving the divine energies focus down into your heart, over the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands, into the center of your back. Feeling the energy as it fills your heart in all the four chambers, restoring balance to the blood as it flows through this wonderful organ, as it brings balance into the air that you are breathing, allowing yourself to breathe more deeply, more fully, using the entire lung all the way down to the end of your rib cage, all the way back up. Feeling that point in between your shoulder blades where the energy might get stuck or feel tight. Filling that with divine love and support, acceptance and joy. Dissolving our grief, our disappointment, and any energy that may be weighing down our emotions. Cleansing it with that beautiful golden white light. Returning the heart into its natural rhythm. And bringing our divine focus to our solar plexus just below the rib cage. Noticing that vibrant yellow as it gets brighter and fuller and clearer. Gently cleansing and restoring all of the beautiful organs that filter out the toxins that we eat, that we breathe, that we drink, that we feel and we experience. Breaking all of that energy down so it can be fully digested and released. within our body and in our emotional and mental awareness. Inviting any fear or overwhelm, anxiety that might be squeezing in the center of our belly or out on the sides near our kidneys. Breathing relaxation into the tension that may be held there. Inviting the muscles to relax. Because in this moment, your body and your soul are completely safe, surrounded, and protected. And inviting the divine energy to move down to your sacral chakra just below your belly button. Activating that juicy orange energy. Bringing our emotions back into balance, bringing our feelings into our awareness, inviting them in as our guiding force and as the fuel behind our creativity, the fuel that passion can activate to propel us forward toward our heart's desire, toward our dreams, our wishes, and our hopes. Releasing any energy that may be held here, strained by former relationships, strained by current relationships, even relationships with money, food, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, chocolate, shopping, internet surfing. Filling those spaces with love and acceptance. Unconditional love. Releasing any blame and shame. And opening up the channels of trust. Trust in yourself, in your decisions. Trust in your intuition and how it guides you. Trust in the divine. Now gently bringing your divine awareness down into your root chakra, right below the tailbone. Restoring balance in the right and the left sides of your body. As the energy moves downward, down each leg, down each hip, knee, shin, foot. Balancing your skeletal system, balancing your life, your physical body, your spiritual body, just as it balanced our thoughts and our brain and our creativity, bringing balance into the foundation of who we are and how we experience this lifetime, releasing any survival fears, any worries, any ways that you may have felt threatened in the past. In this moment, you are filled with complete safety. In this moment, you are held and you are loved by the divine creator and the divine feminine, the divine mother. For simply being you. And reconnecting our divine energy with our earth star chakra, inviting our energy to reconnect with the earth and all that she holds for us. That connection with her that places us in this unique space in the universe. Anchoring our experience in this moment of now. And allowing her energy to gently fill us from our feet up to our crown with that golden honey energy that nourishes our body, our mind, and our spirit. And also welcoming in the changing of the season. As we enter the midway point between fall and winter, as we move into the darkness, entering the realm of introspection, and inviting that rhythm of the earth's wheel to reconnect within ourselves so that we are in sync. We are in rhythm with the earth as a planet, within our rotation and connection to the moon and all of her beautiful cycles, our connection to our glorious sun and all of the planets in our system that revolve around her, and even how our sun connects with the center of our galaxy in rhythm, in rotation, and connection with all the other systems. Sensing that galactic rhythm. Down to the cellular level of our body. Amplifying our connection to all that is God or Goddess, divine consciousness, oneness, however you experience that. Welcoming the fullness and inviting in our spiritual teams to gather close by. to share wisdom and insight, to help us feel the support, the encouragement, and the love as they surround us. Even experiencing this beautiful community here in our sacred temple, feeling the connection to all those who are here in this moment and all that will join us in future moments with the recording. Sending out waves of gratitude for those who are willing to show up for themselves and to show up for that reconnection with who they truly are. And we invite the messages to flow through the cards to connect the spiritual teams together so the divine wisdom and truth can be spoken, can be written, can be dreamt, however we wish to experience that. And sending out some healing energy out to the places and the people who are in need, who are praying for assistance, welcoming the energy to help flow to them, expanding their possibilities, their healing, and their support. And taking a couple of deep breaths, we're going to start to bring our awareness and our energy back into the present moment, into our physical body, allowing our connection to stay open, gently returning, sensing our body, our bones, our muscles, sensing our connection to the chair, the floor, the bed, whatever is supporting us. Feeling our self and our body distinct and different from that. Feeling the clothes on our body. Hearing the sounds around us. Maybe the wind, maybe people talking, maybe children playing outside, maybe traffic driving by. Maybe smelling things in the air like incense or sage or a candle, or maybe dinner cooking. And as you bring yourself back, just start to move your body. Move your fingers, your toes. You can stretch, yawn, whatever feels right. Work out any kinks that showed up while you were doing the meditation. And welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of that. And thank you for sending healing out to those in need, because there's many places where people are really in that place where they could use a little bit of extra support. So thank you. If you would like a card reading or a message to come through me for you, tonight we're using the Hocus Pocus deck. I love using the this right now. The Disney decks are really fun at the holidays. So this one is by Minerva Siegel and Tori Schaefer. And it's playful, it's fun, but the messages are beautiful and very accurate. So I welcome the energy to come through the cards for you. And if you would like one drawn, all you have to do is type in yes, please, and we'll be happy to pull one. I pull them until we're done. I don't have a time limit, so don't worry about that. And yeah, so if you would like one, simply ask. All right, and I invite my co-pilot, Rob's got me going here. Hi, Deanna, my emoji lady.
I prefer lovely and capable assistant.
Yeah, oh, right. I'm sorry. Lovely and capable assistant. That is Rob. I love all the blue and the ocean because that's where I'm at. And they actually saw whales off the coast here, which is really cool the other day. All right, Deanna, what have we got for you? All right, so you got the 10 of lightning. It's coming out of all of her fingers as she does that. That's kind of fun, but it's also a little and actually more than one card came, so I'm gonna they pulled out together, so I'm gonna read all the cards. I don't usually do that, people, but when Spirit tells me, that's what we do. So your first card is the 10 of lightning. So the 10 of lightning is that energy of, like, think of our favorite, witches. If you've got to use all 10 fingers to ward off the energy and really push back, it's that energy of being pushed to your limit. You're done. You've been a nice girl up to this point, and but you're, the big girl pants come on and the gloves come off, and it's like, now you're just gonna that kind of whammy energy where you are just, sometimes we have to, set stronger boundaries than other people are comfortable with. And we can be nice for so long. But there's a difference between not being nice and being a doormat. And so I'm getting the energy that maybe somebody's crossed that line, maybe more than one somebody, and it's just time for you to set a new boundary. Enough's enough. This energy is complete. It needs to be done. And it's okay to, one, be angry, and two, to say, I'm not going to tolerate being treated this way anymore. And this is good advice for everyone. So I welcome you to look at that. Your second card that came out with it also is the Page of Candles. So the page has a lot of that playful child energy. And with the candles, you've got one part of you that's had to draw the line. You've also got this part of you that is really exploring and being, allowing your intuition to guide you, allowing your intuition to sort of send you where you need to go. And sometimes that's what happens when we have to set a boundary. It's like we set a boundary, and then all of a sudden we have all this space to experience life differently. And so she's really excited about the boundary setting and about being able to really do her own thing. So allow yourself to be her, experience life a new way because of the boundaries you've set. And then the last card that also came in was the King of Candles. So you have the page that is sort of that young energy. And then the King of Candles is the part that is in charge. Let me show you the King. I didn't show you the King. He's a little fun. He's a little spooky. He's not taking any baloney. He's not gonna allow anybody to tell him how to feel his feelings or any of that. So I feel like it's a combination of the three, that the King of Candles is like the one who's like, enough's enough. I'm not, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And so the 10 of Lightning has to come out. That pushback, the boundaries, the this energy is done. But because of that being set, you have all this space to experience things in a brand new way. And you're going to do it by letting your intuition guide you, let your team guide you, let your inner child play with it, because there's a lot of magic that's ready to happen for you. So yay. Sometimes when we put our foot down, beautiful things happen on the other side of it. I'll let you know that. All right. Thanks for joining us, Deanna. Have a wonderful Halloween. And hope to see you next week. Kevin, nice to see you. All right. You got one of your soul cards. So this is the Major Arcana. This card is called Temperance. And so, she's standing there with her arms crossed, kind of rolling her eyes a little bit. And what temperance is about is it's like bringing things into balance. And it's also about as we make changes in our life, filling those changes with more wonderful, positive things. So it's like as we release the negative, we bring more positive in, so that we're using our alchemy skills to change our life into what we want it to be. You've been releasing a lot of negative things, some negative habits that you've had, things that have really held you back from exploring how you want to live your life. And this has been this beautiful blossoming year for you as you've been doing that. And so knowing that in the releasing, you've been making space for all this other stuff to happen. And when we're working with a soul lesson or one of the major arcana, one of our soul cards, that means that our soul is ready to bring that stuff into balance. It's ready to turn that juicy energy that we released into something even better. And as we sort of bring those things into balance, you'll start to notice things getting lighter and brighter, things happening easier, more quickly, with less pressure, with less strain, with more ease. Because when we enter that phase of temperance, the way we know we're moving through it and the way we're moving out of it is things start to lighten up, things start to get easier, and there's like less pressure that we're feeling from others and from ourselves. So keep up the good work on that. Whenever we have a soul card like that, it can be ongoing for a couple months. And just be aware of all the positive things that have been coming in because of all the negative things you've been letting go. Nice. Brave New World. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us. That was a great message for everyone. You are welcome, Deanna. You are very welcome. All right. Barbara, let's see what the cards have in store for you. The 5 of Pumpkins. This is, so perfect for for this time of year. So the 5 of Pumpkins is very similar to the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5s are right in the middle of the energy of each of the elements, and in each of the suits that are presented. And so that means the 5 is always like that tipping point of things could go positive and things could go negative. What I'm sensing for you is that you're in that transition point especially um, with balancing out your foundation is what I keep hearing. So it's like balancing out um, how you work with money, how you work in your primary relationships. Um, it's like getting your house in order, whether it's your physical house or it's um, your body house. It's bringing that into balance. So it's on the precipice of shifting. And for me, it feels like it's shifting into the positive, that it's shifting into that energy of like, okay, I've got this, and you still might be in sort of that apprentice energy where you're still learning how to do this more confidently, but you're releasing that energy of hoarding, of holding on to things too long, of of needing things to have you feel safe and being able to just feel safe with your own body. It's a hard concept for all of us to learn, but that is, where we are, where our soul is, where our spirit is. And so when we can feel good in our own skin, then everything else starts to move into that place. So you're like moving from this place where it's like, ooh, a little wobbly in there. I'm seeing you on like a seesaw, trying to stand in the middle. And just I don't know if you ever did that as a kid where you stood in the middle and you tried to get the seesaw to balance straight out. But that's kind of where you're at. And it's about to tip toward that energy of you really starting to hone your skills of how money flows, how security flows, how your relationship flows. So if things have felt a little bit wobbly, just know they're about to get more grounded and more centered. And yeah, you're going to have a chance to move forward in some new energy around that. Nice. Thank you. Have a great night. You are very welcome, Kevin. Very, very welcome. Mary, nice to have you. So you got the 3 of Potions. And the 3 of Potions is that energy of, you're about to cook something. You're about to create something. You're about to take this like journey into something new. And in that energy, it's like you've got all the ingredients and you're ready to go. And that feeling of, okay, now's the time. You've got everything ready, and now it's time. What are you going to make with that? What are you going to do? And it feels like some really cool exploratory energy, maybe trying a new class, maybe putting yourself out there to meet some different people. Maybe it's just like reading a really cool book that has you immersed in a whole new reality. But it feels like this step forward into something that just is going to light you up. Which is lovely energy for us to walk into as we start to move toward the holiday season. That like, what can I do? What can I create? Maybe you love the holidays and maybe you do some really cool crafting or cooking that relates to that, and you have inspiration. So let your inspiration guide you, and it really feels like that creative energy is just, you got everything you need and the creative energy is just hanging out right there. So there you go. Have fun with creating. And I'm seeing you cooking up, almost like at a little cauldron. So have fun with that, Mary. Have a great rest of your week. Ellen, hi, sweetheart. Nice to see you. All right. So your card is the Emperor. This is one of our major arcana cards. This is one of our soul lessons. It's kind of interesting to me that he's got that whole vampire look to him. So the Emperor energy is, even as women, we can hold the Emperor energy. The Emperor is, the ruler of the land. And part of what you're experiencing right now is that the Emperor can be in the light. We've seen a lot of emperors through history that were in shadow, right? They were all about themselves. They were narcissistic. They wanted to rule the world, and actually they wanted to overpower the world, and that shadow energy is meant to be brought into balance, because the true Emperor energy is in charge of the well-being of all that is within their realm. Sometimes this is seen as the Pope. And for many people, even people who aren't Catholic, the Pope can have a really strong impact, because he can be in the place when he chooses, when he's in his light, right? He can really shine out the way that we're meant to act, and the way we're meant to treat each other, following the teachings of Jesus, with love and compassion. And that is the light. That's the light, and not not the popes who we're keeping women out and hiding information or whatever. It's like that energy of that you can be able to be in charge and be loving and open and treat other people with kindness and respect. So learning how to hold that in yourself will attract that type of energy to you. So if you've been dealing with others in your realm, in your life, in your out, I mean, we're having some of that on the planetary level. It's like, if you want that energy that's out there being projected to switch into the light, we are the ones who hold that. We are the ones who hold the vision of a leader leading through compassion, a leader leading through their heart. And whether that's someone that we have a relationship with, whether that's ourselves and how we experience and share our life and our wisdom, or whether we're invoking that energy to be in our environment, in our planet, in our country. So shifting that energy of fear into love. If we each do that inside of ourselves, we can shift that shadow energy across the entire planet. Powerful, powerful. Something we all can think about and work on. Thank you, Ellen. We all needed to hear that. Oh, love that, Barbara. Love that. I love when we need to hear it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited. I teach this weekend. So whenever I teach, it feels filled with blessings, because I'm sharing the wisdom and connecting with beautiful community. Thank you. Hi, Virginia. Nice to have you. Okay, so let's see what comes out from this reading for you. So you got the Eight of Potions. She's got all these bottles in her hand. She looks ready to go. So the Eight of Potions is very similar to the Suit of Wands, which is in the original tarot deck. And what happens with the Eight of Potions is that, we get to this energy where we've gathered up everything that we've needed. um, but we've also been through some tough experiences. So you've probably gone through some relationships that have been really trying. I'm seeing a lot of energy poking at you that have been very difficult. And right now you're sort of standing on the higher ground and you're looking at all these old energies and all these old relationships and the way that they just really didn't work for you. And what I'm seeing for you with Joseph, I'm actually going to pull a card specific for that. Nice. So that card is the Magician, which is your soul card. And the Magician is at the beginning of your of a soul's journey, of a soul's lesson. So what I'm sensing is that, number one, you've been through a lot in other relationships. So it can be a little daunting when we have a relationship that looks like it could be the one. And it can activate different things for us. But when we really embrace that next step in a relationship and we go from dating to getting married, you start a whole new journey. And that whole new journey happens as a couple, and how you travel energetically as a couple. And so I'm already seeing that happening, that shifting of energy, that of you traveling as a couple. And what that's going to activate for you is the Magician. And what that means is the Magician has all the tools they need. They are able to access any magic that they want to create the life and the world that they want. So it's kind of like starting a new chapter, but it's also having all the tools to be able to create what you want. Where you want to live, how you want to live, who you want to live with. And there's so much magic that happens when two people come together and they share the same vision. It manifests some amazing things into our reality. So, that sounds like it's probably going to happen. It's going to be your heart to decide, but it all feels like you're in that energy of you've been through a lot, and that is not going to repeat itself with this relationship. It's very different. You're in a much better space to make better decisions and to invite in, better energy to connect with you and to live your life with you, even just for this moment. So I hope that helps, Virginia, and congratulations. Have a great rest of your week. I hope you join us again. We're here every Tuesday at 7 Eastern Standard Time, and we'd love to have you. Thanks. All right, Rob, let's finish this off. So you have the Knight of Candles. Knights are fun because they're fearless. They are passionate. They are loyal. And they're willing to quest and go out and seek their own holy grail. And as we do this in candles, it is very much like the Holy Grail. It is very much like, you are now searching for what brings you the most joy. And the knight is willing to charge into battle, but you don't have to for this one. It's more of a gentle walk in the right direction, following your heart's lead, and just allowing yourself to experience joy more deeply than you've even allowed in the past. And, the night is in some ways in service. Sometimes they rescue the damsel. Um, but the reality is the night just is ready to go on adventure, to protect the the ones he loves, but also to journey forward, to try new things, to experience new lands, new realms, and new ideas and new possibilities. And with the candle, imagine the candle lighting your way. It's your emotions and your intuition that are guiding you, letting the horse that you ride as the divine stallion um, walks you forward and takes you where you're meant to go. Um, yeah. And so some great stuff's coming if you allow it. And I've been seeing it already unfolding. So that sounds great. So with that, guys, thanks for being here this evening. Yes, I do like when Monty Python. You're very welcome, dear. So we will be here next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Actually, pay attention because on November 1st we will have the launch for the new wisdom of the ancients, the channeled messages that come through for all of us. And I'm excited for that to happen. And make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you could, it would be great if you would share this video once it's done recording, and let other people tap into how to connect to their soul. Because the more of us who spread our light, the more we can shine into the darkness. And with that, bye for now.